Would you believe me if I told you that Lamborghini has just done something completely new that will send shockwaves across the entire automotive industry? Well, I'm not lying, as the Italian titan has just come up with a completely new vehicle, the Lanzador. This Ultra GT marks the first time that the Italian titan has ever used a fully electric powertrain for a vehicle, and in this video we'll check out every inch of the new Lanzador, from horsepower to interior comfort. Trust me, you don't want to miss a second of this one. So, first and foremost, we've got to address what Lamborghini is actually calling this car. It's not quite a GT car, it's not quite a supercar, and it's not quite an SUV. So, what is it? An Ultra GT. This Ultra GT lineup of cars is pretty much Lamborghini's attempt at offering a middle ground between the Urus, which is very much an SUV, and other flagships like the Huracan, which is as impractical as it is insane. Stephen Winkleman, who's the top dog over at Lamborghini, had this to say on the subject. With this concept, we're ushering in a new car segment, the Ultra GT, which is poised to offer customers a new and unparalleled driving experience, one that's quintessentially Lamborghini, thanks to groundbreaking technologies. Now, is the Lanzador going to be so unique that it deserves its own car category? Probably not. But is this a genius marketing idea to promote the Lanzador in a new and unique way? Absolutely. At first glance, you might struggle to categorize the Lanzador into any one vehicle type. I mean, from some angles it looks like an SUV, and from others it looks like a saloon that's been squashed and lengthened. But from some angles it's absolutely gorgeous. This unique design is all feeding into this idea of the Lanzador being an Ultra GT, and from the exterior design alone you can definitely tell that the Lanzador has taken elements from the Urus as well as other vehicles in the Lambo lineup. Head designer Mitch Aborka has stated that the Lanzador has taken inspiration from the Sesto Elemento, New-Gen Countach, and Murcielago. And for once, you can actually see what he's talking about here. The body's very low and wide in typical Lambo fashion, and the entire body is covered in hard angles and creased surfaces. Oh, and how can we forget about those 23-inch wheels? I mean, seriously, these look insane. The exterior isn't just a pretty face either. There's plenty of active aero under the surface, helping to boost downforce during corners and decrease drag during straight lines. The interior design is equally as wacky. There's a Y-shaped center console that splits the driver and passenger, alongside a pilot's unit control system for the infotainment system. As always, the ignition button is hidden beneath a flip-up cover, and the driver has also been treated to a personal screen for driver information. Beyond this array of screens and buttons, the Lanzador looks pretty comfortable. This is good news, as the Lanzador has been described as a GT car, so you'd expect to be able to ride in comfort all day, every day. As for luggage space, you won't be disappointed. The boot is surprisingly big and will easily hold a family's luggage for airport runs or driving holidays. You can even fold the rear seats for added room. As for materials, everything is made from recycled stuff. Pretty much every company is doing this these days to try and convince people that they're having a positive impact on the environment, which, let's face it, isn't true. Nevertheless, these materials don't look bad, and at least the company is somewhat trying to be environmentally responsible. Of course, the most interesting part about the Lanzador is that powertrain. Like other Lamborghinis, this car will be the first to be powered without the help of a combustion engine. Specifically, the Lanzador is powered by 2 electric motors, one for each axle. In total, these motors will produce 1,360 horsepower, which, I don't mind saying, is very impressive. We don't know anything more about speed and range right now, so make sure to check back for updates as we get closer to the release date. But I wouldn't expect anything less than 400 miles of range, which is becoming the minimum for high-end EVs these days. Alongside the powertrain, the Lanzador will be fitted with all kinds of bells and whistles to improve the driving experience, including rear wheel steering and even self-leveling rear suspension. Now, something that we need to touch on before we end this video is what Lamborghini has said about its future. Upon releasing the information about the Lanzador, Lamborghini mentioned that this is just the start in a future of electrification. Now, we can't say anything for certain here, but this could mean that all new Lambos will be electric. And, to be honest, that's pretty sad news. Lamborghinis have never been the fastest supercars on the road, or the best round corners, or the most comfortable, but they are the most enjoyable. They go for style over that 1% increase in aerodynamics. They use the loudest engines and the brightest colors, and to hear that we may never see a new model with a V8 or screaming V10 is pretty sad, because it will take some of the Lamborghini out of the Lamborghini. So, aside from this pretty sad future, the Lamborghini Lanzador looks to be something new and different from the Italian company, and it's definitely going to turn heads when it hits the roads. We'd love to get your thoughts on this car and what the future holds for Lamborghini, so drop a line in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out our recent breakdown of Mercedes' new AMG GT.